What's shaking with the bacon, y'all? It's your favorite words gamer, StrawHat Kwaku, and I'm Bizak with more Liza P, walkthrough, straight through, guide through, tutorial, trophy line, whatever you want to call it. Picking back up right where we left off, and that was Rosa Isabelle Street.
The entertainment district.
Jinx.
You might call it extravagant. Operas, operettas, street concerts, all running 24/7.
Now, like I was saying,
Corday,
this is a puppet-heavy area, so we're gonna go ahead and put on our Puppet Destroyer's amulet. Thank goodness we have 3 slots now, and we're actually gonna see if we can. Yep. We can push our liner. So for puppets, the damage you want to get reduced is the strike damage. Some of them do pierce, but for the majority of the time you're fighting puppets, they do strike damage. The carcass monsters are slash. Pierce, of course, is like weapons, stabbers. So at one point I'm definitely gonna switch it to pierce when I have to fight a stalker, because she uses the wintry weapon. But let's continue. Now on this stage, it has the other handle that I was talking about that works really well with this weapon. And you just have to bear in mind where you're swinging it at, because it can be an issue if you're swinging it in a tight area, because you go to swing and you hit like a wall or something, and you don't want to hit a wall while you're swinging, because they definitely take advantage of that opportunity to pummel you. Grab that. Talking about the Adelina Corday. And talk to this lady. She wants you to get some wine, and she said it's in like a cellar in this arcade that's like a few chapters ahead of this, I think. Or no, wait. Yep, no, it's after this. So after this chapter is where you'll get to that wine cellar, but you don't have to worry about getting that now. When it comes up, you'll see it and you'll know it. Alright, just go ahead and grab that. Let me see what I have on the belt as far as throwables. Clusters, nice. Definitely keep some throwables on deck. Initially, when I first started playing, I didn't really use a lot of throwables, but they are very useful. Like, very useful. Some throwables that you use are very effective against bosses and stuff like that, so it'll melt a boss in no time, or at least help you with pushing that health down to a level that's manageable. And it'll definitely kill some of these regulars easily. Like, easily. Alright, so watch out for this one. Damn. I tried to stop it before it blew up. Crap. Gotta do the same thing with this one. Stop it before it blows. Like, I hate those things, man. They will hunt you down and blow your ass up. Alright, so go ahead and knock this down. Definitely should have got some throwables from the dude at the Malum district, because getting through this part right here without throwables is tough. Not gonna lie. So we can go down here. I'm gonna grab that special report from a reporter. I think his name's Maduro. I'm pretty sure he was probably killed in that room. Like blood on the bed and stuff. took those guys out. Perfecto. I'm gonna head upstairs. I'm gonna create a shortcut and crack this open for a defensive part. Oh, a Legion plug. Let's juice our blade. Are we down here? Let's go ahead and go for this side first. She doesn't move until you pull up on her. All right, now we're gonna make our way outside, and now we are by the friction. So he's gonna start shooting at you the moment you get in range. You gotta watch out for that guy because he has throwables. Damn. All right, so they can be avoided. You'll know when he's about to throw it when he kind of like presents it like that. That's when you know he's gonna throw it. If he doesn't do that, then he's pump faking. There's another one over here in the corner. You just gotta pull up on him quickly or he throws it. And be fast about your attacks because if not, he will bicycle punch you the moment you give him some room. All right, got him out of the way. All right, now need another throwable. The throwables are mainly for the guys with the guns. If you can get rid of the guys with the guns first, then reaching those other dudes, it shouldn't be much of a problem. What, really? Boom. And then the chest. Now the chest. The chest. It has the weapon. The Dancer's Curved Sword. So that's the sword that the fox was using. And that's the one that you can put on this bad boy. It kind of has like the same like fighting style, just a little bit, but I feel like it's a little quicker. And then the heavy attack move, in my opinion, is better. But that's me though. So for this fight, I'm definitely gonna put this on. So definitely switching it up. Oh yes. And this is the fight where we want to switch that to something more pierce damage. I'm actually gonna change this into fire heavy. Put that on. We could take this off. Put that amulet on. That's what we want. Physical damage reduction, cool. All that good stuff. All right, cool. So in order to activate the fight, we just talk to this puppet. She's up here.
What a beautiful puppet you are. I can hear your springs even if you try to hide them.
Now the reason why I switched to this weapon is because of the parry that it has, which is your Fable art.
Like your friends. I have a feeling the sound
and then
of your
the
cries
punish
will be
that it does
especially
when you
sweet.
do actually hit him with the
Let's
Fable
have
art.
an encore performance of pain. For the Red Actress, Adelina Corday.
All right, cool.
I dedicate this performance to my sister, Adelina! Scream a requiem for me, if you would!
She's very quick, very nimble with it, and she does like a mean parry. So
Scream a requiem for me, if you would! Scream a requiem for me, if you would!
now, like all the other stalkers or humanoid side ones, you can just dance around her and get to her back and, you know, hit her with the fatal attack. But what's the fun in that? Nah, like seriously, some of them you would wish that you can do it so easily. So, like some of them are easier than others, but then there's ones where it's just like, bro, how do I, how? Like in the DLC, there's like the leader of the sweepers, Veronique. Trying to get behind her and using the freaking fatal attack, man, that shit is mad hard. She's so fast, and she has this huge, giant, like hammer. It spits flames, like it's the next level. Grab that. I don't know why we made that shortcut, but then again I do, because if you can get through that area, if we didn't kill those guys, we would be able to creep up behind them, steal the chest, and kind of do like a, you know, an ambush attack from behind. Alright, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go ahead and replenish ourselves. Talk to this gentleman over here.
Oh, you're
Julian.
walking about in a place like this. My wife
He wants to know if we can pull his wife's belongings.
Thank you.
Says she's somewhere on the strip.
Like her body. I miss her so much.
Her body's on the strip, so we gotta find her body, bring him something back to remember her by. Which is weird. I don't know why you just don't want the body, but you know, to each his own. All right. This area definitely puppet heavy, and it's pretty tight. So we can go ahead and go back to putting that on. We can take this weapon off. We can go back to etiquette. I would use the bone cutting, but like I said, this area is pretty tight. So I'm not even gonna. He tried to jump on my back. I'm not even gonna attempt to even try to swing that thing in this tight area, because if I hit a wall, it's life or death. Watch out for those guys. All right, so now before we continue forward, we're gonna go backwards. We ran through here just to clear the path that we're gonna ultimately have to take anyway. So we just clear that path really fast, and then now we go this way. Because this way, you don't, I mean, it brings you back around in a circle. So you notice the guy there, let's drop down, hit him. Got him out of the way. Watch out for this guy. Damn, tried to avoid that rock. Got some throwing cells, which is beautiful. We love throwing cells. 2 of those. And we got 3 of those. Nice. All right, watch out for this guy. All right, so it's gonna be same thing like at Vanini Works. Be falling from the ceiling. Punish them. Good trucking. All right, that should lead us out. Out. And now we're gonna go ahead and beat the puppets that's in here. Let them come out into this area for you to fight. That move, it works as a shield and it's an attack. So use that to your advantage. And now when you come in here, these puppets fall. Got them out of the way and pop open the chest and get your reward, which is a court. Remember, there's only 28 courts in the playthrough. So try your best to collect all of them. Try not to miss none. You miss out on the court, you're ultimately kind of messing up your skill tree. And then you'll have to wait till the next playthrough to get more, which, you know, and if you get all of them in the first playthrough, and you get all of them in the second playthrough, before you know it, your whole skill tree will be filled up by the time you hit, like, you know, your third playthrough. You'll be a tank. All right, so now let's go back. And now we go back the way that we initially went. Making the path already cleared, nice and easy. Now you may have needed to use that stargazer. If you did, then, you know, that's totally fine, but you just know to go this way on the comeback. And it would have respawned everybody, so that's good practice too. All right, pull up. Puppet girl here. There's that shield. Alright, so we're gonna run, go straight up the ladder. Don't even look. It's one of those exploding puppets. I hate them. Alright, so we run up, kill her. There's one behind us. Kill her. Alright. There's one up these stairs right here, and then there's one over here. The one up the stairs is gonna more than likely come down to you. So that one, she's not gonna move. She's gonna stay there because that's an ambush. Behind these boxes and barrels and crates is the exploding Joker-looking joint. That's the best way to do that. If you did it any other way, you probably would have gotten killed and blown up or something. That's definitely happened many times, plenty times. So it's good. Pop that open. Got the shortcut activated. If that was a little too much for you, you could have definitely popped that shortcut open, use the shrine. But I would have suggested doing that prior to killing all of these puppets so you don't have to do it twice. But, you know, if you gotta do it twice, you gotta do it twice. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It actually makes you tougher. Alright, boom. Now let's cross the bridge. Now to our left is the direction we need to go in. To the right is some extras. So we have to deal with this dude first before anything. The door's gonna bust open. There's another shooter. And then here sits one little puppet, but it's plenty that's gonna bust out of that hole. Come on, where they at? And let's get our loot. Arch heavy frame, arch heavyweight. Now we probably can't put that on because it's probably a little too heavy. Yep, it is. It brings us right to that 60 mark. But we will get there. We have enough to level ourselves up to get there. So just so you know, the frames or whatever, those are always gonna be like the heaviest thing and like a problem when it comes to your defensive parts. The frames are super heavy. They get even heavier. So that's why it's always good to keep that capacity level high. It's okay for the capacity level to be dumb high.
We found it! The black dress!
There it is. There's his...
It's just a puppet?
That's his wifey.
What on earth is going on?
Puppet girl, huh? Okay, so... I'll go this way. We're definitely gonna deliver him his puppet trinket or whatever. Pick that up. Let's pop this open. This is a shortcut that brings us right back to the beginning of the stage, because that's where this was the whole time. So we did all of that to get here, back to the beginning. Only reason I came this way is to hit this shrine, but this is a just in case you die on the mission to the next one. It's not far. The next shrine isn't far from where we were. There's a few obstacles that may get in the way that may cause you to die, and then you're gonna be back at the shrine where Julian was, which is not a problem either, because we do need to give Julian the what we got off his dead puppet girlfriend or wife. But we don't want to go all the way back there if we die. We want to be close to the shortcut that we created. We did that. All right, so we're gonna pull up over here. We're gonna backstab him. Be mindful of the guys with the flamethrowers, they suck. We're gonna run right through the middle. A big giant puppet ball's coming. And you're gonna get out of the way. Get this crank. All right, so what we gotta do is we gotta run straight through. You see where that clown is at the top of the hill? That's where we're going. Now we gotta run through all of this other shit that they got going on. You gotta dodge him, run up here. And here's the shrine. Hurry up and hit it before the puppet comes. Notice I ran up here and jolted my way to this particular location. That's because fighting him in any other spot would have made fighting him way harder. Like if he catches you on that strip, on the street, is too narrow, and the way he moves will get you caught up. He'll basically have you trapped. Opposed to being here, you have like space to move around. You can run away from him. You can maneuver around this dude. But in those other spots, especially on that street where you got dudes with flamethrowers, like you got those guys with the bombs that they have. Crazy part is this weapon doesn't even have a level on it. Like we didn't level it up at all, and you seen how powerful it is. Imagine if it was like the etiquette, level 2 or 3. It would be a tank. It's already a tank, and it doesn't even have one level up. That's it. We've cleared the area. So now we can go ahead and collect the loot. It ain't nothing too crazy, but it's ours. And we worked for it. We had to kill that damn crazy mad clown. Brings us back here. Now we have to enter this giant mansion or whatever it is, estate. I don't know whose house it is or where we are, but let's go. Let's switch our Legion arm and go with the full minis or full minis. I don't know how you pronounce it, but whatever. Let's go ahead and Virgo dump. Got 8. We're going up to 20. Yeah, that looks about right. Yeah, sure. Looks good. So in order to reap the benefits, having both, I need this on. Damn, still too heavy. Wow. Okay. So that means that in order to make myself lighter, I have to put the other points into my capacity, so I can switch between my weapons. 'Cause I don't mind jumping back and forth the other way, but that's not gonna help me in a pinch. All right, now I'm good. Oh yeah, and let's go ahead and let's switch the handle up. There we go. Now we got a different handle on it. See, this is how he naturally holds it, on his shoulder. But even though with the other one, he held it down. I don't know. I might like the other one better. Let me see. Because I like that this one is how it moves on the shoulder and stuff, and the moves that it come with. But at the same time, I also like this handle too. I guess we'll keep it on for now. Oh, needed that. That just reminded me. So we're gonna swap these potions out for these potions. We definitely need it for these potions because these remove like shock, break, and disruption. Disruption kills you the moment that it fully like activates. So the moment that bar fills up with disruption, you're dead. So we want to avoid that. And anytime these things are on puppet strings, they are attached to a spider. The spider causes disruption. You'll see. They sing disruption, they are disruption. Out of the way. Good. Very good. Alright, watch out for when she does that. That causes disruption. Nice. And that's why I fucks with this blade. That shit chopped her ass in half. The horizontal way, and I swung at her vertically. Pop this open. Grab the loot. Ah, disruption cartridge. Just what we needed. Alright. Now, open this door. And look who we have here. The bitch in the red dress. Singing and shit.
Who are you? You're not a puppet.
No, I'm not.
Patricia. I'm so sorry.
So I think Patricia might be that stalker that we killed.
Patricia, I'm so sorry. I'm parched.
And this is why we have the apple.
A taste.
So we give her the apple.
You.
Now, if you didn't buy the apple earlier when we were at the hotel buying, shopping and stuff.
All day. I know it's wrong.
I suggest going back to the hotel ASAP and buying that apple and coming back and doing what we just did just now. If you do not do, well, if you don't give her the apple before you beat the boss of this area, you miss out on her side quest and you don't get the record that you supposed to get for giving her the apple. Because you're gonna go in there and she's gonna be dead. You still want her to be dead, but you just want her to leave something in her death. You know, drop off some goodies on the way out. Damn walls, man. So far, so good. Don't want her doing all of that, screaming. Take that. And now we go through this way, and it's gonna be a little bit more of the same thing. More spider girls singing melodies. I'm gonna drop from the ceiling. Put that on. This part's gonna get ugly. Oh, schnizzle. The moment that the spider lady is gone, they don't hit as hard and they're not as resilient. So they don't last that long. As long as you take the spider lady out, her strings come off the puppets and the puppets become slightly weaker. Well, I ain't gonna say slightly, like drastically weaker. Like 2 hits and it'll kill them weaker. Opposed to when they got the strings on them, it needs like a whole damn combo to break those things. All right, so we're gonna pull up in here, pop this open, and let's get this amulet. Technique amulet. So clearly that's an amulet that's gonna help boost our technique. Chopped his ass down to size. Now we're gonna go in here and reap our benefits, which is a weapon. Exploding pickaxe. I'm gonna be quite honest, I've never used it before. Seen it, never used it. I should probably change that. Like it's crazy because there's still weapons that I've never used. It's not a lot of them, but there is still a few. You get about a total of like 50 weapons in this game, so definitely the most I've ever played with, kinda, in the Souls game. Aside from Kazan has a shit ton of weapons too. All right, but anyway, so we just popped that shortcut open. That leads back to the beginning, but this leads to the boss. We don't want to go directly to the boss just yet. I'm gonna go down here, and there's that Trinity door that I was telling you about. That's pretty obvious that we can use the key for that we just got, or we can go back to the cathedral and use the key for that door that we didn't get to see. But let's use it on this one. Don't worry, we're gonna get another key. They pass through the door. It's time to understand the true meaning of the 3 pillars. The greatest singer in Krat has arrived. It's a shame she can't sing because of her what? Tongue, because her tongue was cut out? Oh, snap. Ayo, that's crazy. And we got a court, and we got a superior radiation converter. So we got the superior version, the flame fruit. All right. Let me go ahead and go through this way. Gonna bust this left. But before we go left, we're gonna go over this way. We're gonna go through this room. It's gonna be 2 of these things hanging from the ceiling and 1 over here. They are safely guarding, if I'm not mistaken, a Vanini supply box. So we definitely got to get their asses out of the way. So shall we? Don't know where the puppet strings come from. Yes, the incredible Vanini collection. Definitely need that because it's gonna give us like more liners. I mean, are they liners? I think so. More liners. It's gonna give us more of the grindstones. I think he starts coughing up some amulets, and he definitely has one of the most badass blades that the game can offer. As far as critical hit wise, it's a very small blade, very subtle, but you can attach it to any weapon that is gonna give you that poking effect. So like the wind tree or like a spear, but it has like a 30% chance of critical hits. And then there's a way you can stack on top of that to make it even bulkier. Like there's a Fable artifact that actually boosts the critical hit percentage. What the? I gotta fall for that shit. Chopped her ass to shreds. Mince meat. Well, not even meat, she's freaking metal. Notes from an experiment. Talking about ergo conditioning. They were doing some heinous things to people when it comes to experimenting with the ergo. Pop this open, and this is another cryptic vessel. We got the jeweled cryptic vessel. Here, grab that. Switch over to etiquette. Oh, use this. There's 2 shooters out here. I needed something quick. Got me a technique crank and an electric blitz abrasive, which is going to be very useful in the boss fight. And this brings us right outside, right back to the beginning. And that gives us an opportunity to hit the shrine. And then we could go straight to the boss fight now. Go ahead and run right past her. For this swinging thing, it'll knock your ass out. Are we ready to do this? Oh, you know what I should have did? I should have put on the different grinder for my... Thanks. Alright, so he's a two-phaser. Just definitely like the Archbishop. Except he totally turns into a different person. Or a different beast. Starts off big. First phase done. Didn't do too bad, but it wasn't too good either. Definitely used a lot of post sales. Didn't want to. And now we face Romeo. King of the puppets. Alright, so best way to beat Romeo is to play his left. So try to stay to the left. As long as you can dodge to the left, you can basically evade most of his moves. That move right there is the lead cause of most deaths when it comes to his fight. He's talking to the puppet. Can't understand what he's saying, but it's very tragic. So, then we've smoked the king.
Incredible! You defeated the king! I gotta think the puppets will have changed too, right?
Go ahead and go here.
There's only one way to find out. Let's go backstage.
Hit the Stargazer. And let's do like Jiminy said, and let's go backstage. Oh, well, look who's back here waiting for us.
I'm
How
glad
ironic.
you're safe. I was so scared I would lose my precious son.
Like, what the hell was he doing there?
It's risky for me just being out here.
So why are you out here?
Fortunately, you didn't need my help. I'm so proud that I got to see my son defeat the king. Hopefully the lesser puppets will die down soon. Now it's tough, but I know where you should. As a man of invention, if it
All
would.
right, whatever. So he gave me another post cell, which is the only benefit of that whole conversation. We're gonna go back. And we're gonna go to that room where Adelina was in. Because after we defeated the king of puppets, pretty sure she left us something nice behind. Because she's a deadbeat who stole her sister's stuff. So her story is she stole her sister's voice, or stopped her sister from singing some way, somehow, did something, but it's just fucked up. And that's what she was sitting there crying for, because she knows she did some bullshit.
Record.
See? Dead. And we got that. And we got a record. Perfect. Now we can go ahead and go back to the telly.